Yeah, still not picking you up on voice chat again.
Okay, I just changed the network. Hopefully it's working now.
Yes, sir. Let's see how it goes.
Does it work now?
It's looking good so far. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. I had to change to mobile. Something happened. So, Asian, if you want, you could, or then later, you can cut the stream, like the recording, just to now, where we're now jumping into the charts. Thank you for waiting. Sorry for the connection. I hope it works well now. So we're covering today. We start with Zcash, go through XMR, and then as per request, Aster and Tau. Um, okay, so let's look into Zcash. Um, I think we saw an incredible expansion, especially compared to Bitcoin. Also, in the last day, I think we went up like 30%, if that's right. And if you check on the hourly, we also don't have a crazy expansion on the RSI. Um, that's being said, the thing is, the one thing that I would be careful with is like then it initially topped it's 760, and here was the lower high, which we broke in the current run, which is a very positive thing. But my issue would be if we cannot break this level here that we just recently had at 708, then we kind of would be forced, especially if Bitcoin is going to draw down a little bit from here. So right now, yes, Zcash has an incredible strength, and I can see $800 plus if we can break through here. Like especially, like just imagine we hold the current relative strength, and Bitcoin goes back above $100, $100,000, then you have an immediate high chance of Zcash literally breaking through these levels and heading to over 800. So for right now, the thing that I'm just seeing is that in the just from the current rally, okay, we had a top at 740-ish region, 730, 740, the initial sell-off, and now we are having another run up, which is nice. But as you can see, this could be another top formation and could imply a lower high. And as this could be playing out, what I think is beautiful on this chart that it's kept very simple. So here we have a recent high and the recent low of which we just bounced as a nice support. So what I would be looking at right now for the bullish play is that was the low, and here you can see a current point of control. So let's say we currently see only a drawdown of like 5%, then and Bitcoin is not going far lower, then I would see something like this. Okay, we must print a higher low, use this a point of control that we have here for the bullish expansion towards 800 plus. So this is a very nice outlook, and I know this is not a perfect cup and handle, and I do not love um, going after such things, but just from the perspective of this being around the bottom and us pulling here, like this could be the cup, this could be the handle for this to play out. We're not really allowed in here. You see the 50 VWMA. As we covered yesterday, like this is also similar, just also including the volume, kind of similar also to the 50 SMA or EMA. So what we would want to see is price not breaking below this. So as long as we can have this as a support and use any of those regions as the pullback, then this is the bullish outlook that I am having for Zcash. I will post the chart in a channel and then later we can pick it up. I will just put it directly into the perps chat from stream. Bullish outlook, possible cup and handle for Zcash. The issue is if we are going, like if Bitcoin is just not getting a business together, then we are literally going, like if we would break below that, then simply the trend would be lost. And then also a strength of Zcash cannot hold up, right? So this is just the thing. Right now we have a perfect bullish formation. And if Bitcoin can somewhat of hold up, then I think you have a beautiful continuation here. And to follow up, like I'm posting all of this in the perps channel. And as a follow up, if this plays out, if the bullish setup plays out, I see a huge expansion for XMR Monero, as well as dark protocol on Solana. Okay. Because the thing is, what I think what is just super important is privacy is a cool thing right now. Same as privacy and neobanking are two things that are on the rise right now, as a matter as we had memes before. But the thing is, you must have Zcash to look good, to continue to look good. So the question of vitalizing is extremely important because, in my opinion, only as long as the run isn't over for Zcash, the other privacy plays could be something worthy in between. So looking at the Monero technically is a beauty. But absolutely the same applies here, right? So here you have a point of control. You have a clean uptrend. You have the high that we made here at 475. Second high at 437. Currently might break above this, might not. But what is clear is that this is the intraday trend point of control. So as long as we can have a bullish formation here, aka just keeping up the trend, not losing the trend line, then let's say maybe we top rather here. Here we have a resistance level, something in here. Then you could have a beautiful expansion trying to look for the old high, which is very worthy to trade as this is a 15% upside. Should we lose the current level, then we would want to, or we would not want, but with a high probability, simply retest the recent highs, the reaccumulation zone, and the breakout, right? Here was the breakout again after the downtrend, reaccumulation, breakout. So those are the two levels that I think it makes a lot of sense to purchase Monero, to try to leverage long it somewhere. I'm just saying Monero due to its high privacy, similar to Zcash, but a bit on a deeper level. Monero is delisted on a lot of leverage platforms. It's a bit difficult to long it. I think you can only long it on Glowfin and OKX or on chain. And Monero, same as Zcash, just have this thing, this utility that you basically cannot say who's holding how much, which I think is exactly what you want to see. But this is what I'm seeing here on the long term, right? Because here you had such a long uptrend. Of course, there are always those spikes. You see, if you zoom out, you have here the next point of control. So this just goes along that this is a nice and long bullish trend. But this is basically here the last level for the current possible uptrend, right? Because the issue for me is, yes, the cheaper crypto goes or your favorite stock, because it's no matter the market, then the more you can buy if you truly believe in. But currently we're looking into what would be worthy to trade. So those are the levels for a continuation of the uptrend, because this here, those spikes here to me always look like insider buying, insider accumulation, something like this, like someone knows someone. Why would the price just pump 20, 30%? Because someone is filling the bags, obviously. So if Zcash and Bitcoin can continue to be strong, then those are the levels that I'm highly interested in getting some XMR again. Then next request was how. Any one of you, is any one of you a fan of Tau? Could someone maybe explain to me what is cool about it? Currently in a downtrend.
I did briefly look into it, although I haven't bought it or traded it. But I believe it's like some sort of compute platform, um, like decentralized AI. Um, yeah, it seems interesting, but not really sure what the current hype around it is. But it's definitely, I definitely had a good run the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so objectively, this is a line in the sand before nuking further, right? Here, definitely. If you lose this level, it's literally over. Thank you, Vitalizing, for explaining. The thing for me is we had here really low, the low, the low dose is just like really bounced, and then okay, we had the rally. But even in the rally, we retested this level. So this is really what I would call a line in the sand. And here for the first time, we have a higher low. Like really before the nuke. compared to breakout bottom. Okay. Issue currently in a downtrend, while Bitcoin is in a downtrend. No proper relative strength as ZK has, Zcash has, as an example. So the only way, this is a super interesting play in my eyes, is if it really confirms that this was it, kind of with the sell-off. So something like this could be allowed, but let's say like this. The thing is, you will have the trend coming down with Bitcoin looking questionable, right? So you have this, something like this, what happened here with the moving average. So the only chance that this could be a really nice risk to reward is that it can break out from here, out of the downtrend. Then your stop loss would technically be, yeah, below the line in the sand, and you're buying somewhere here, depending on what's looking. Yeah, would be up to you, or if you want to have your entry. But this is not a beautiful risk to reward, in my opinion. So you buy at 330. I wouldn't want to stomach a 15% drawdown. Nah. Hmm. Okay. Just trying to do something here. Naja. So I will post this for the Tau chart request. The line in sand is a bit lower, and this is a bit, it's really over, and it is kind of hard to figure a worthy RR way, but I would be looking for something like this as a break of the downtrend. Because otherwise you would have something like this that the price then just rejects, and you have a real problem. Like another rejection looks like this, probably. So this is really great that I also received this as a request, because I think it, you look at this chart, right? After one of our favorites, Zcash. Let's move to the 4 hour, or a Monero, and you just see like, okay, this is what a strong coin looks like, right? Like this is just pushing to the upside. This is something that you're like, okay, this is worthy to try to long, especially if a Bitcoin moved from 126,000 to 94,000. This is a time to be a bit cautious, right? But Zcash just stands out, and we've mapped out the levels again. and you see that it can just push. Like imagine it can push it above this level just in price discovery. Same with Monero, clean levels. It's in a beta play, beautiful. And then you look at how, right? Like it's same. It's on the 4 hour. Um, you're looking for a bounce play here, in my opinion. This is a clear downtrend, and those are way weaker than those two others. So I think it was very worthy to have looked into it. Thanks for the request. Um, then I would have one more request. That's Aster. Maybe one of you guys also have one more request, so I can just look into it today. And then for future streams, I think I would maybe prepare like one certain topic that I would like to go through, and then a few chart requests where we always like plan something like 45 minutes or so for it. So let me know if you have more chart requests while I am doing Aster. And what I think what's really cool, if you look at Aster, what immediately stands out compared to Tau is just fucking brutal, right? If it holds here, then Tau is, as I charted before, the bullish scenario, then this can be cool. But I think what really stands out here with Aster in comparison is that yes, they are questionable. Who done this? To me, looks obviously also like CZ. Don't want to accuse anyone of anything. I don't like those things. But this is around the bottom, guys. And this is one of the richest crypto companies out there, right? I think it did not really work with the launch. No, you see, like Fibonacci doesn't really support this, doesn't work. But if you would do this, I mean, it's kind of invalidated here already. But this is around the bottom, and the expansion play would be here. Okay. Yeah. If it can curl up, if it can break this downtrend, then I definitely see a huge possible opportunity for an after play. Just look at this. Look at this current zone. I don't even have to like the down. The downside is obviously just zero, right? If we reject here, it's just zero. I can't see that happening. Um, Very interesting. So you see here is also technically the fib level. This is where the downtrend could break. This is a point of control down here. So as soon as we break out here, resume full uptrend. Okay. And what I want to stress here, this zone, it does not matter. Okay. If we do this and then go above, it literally doesn't matter. Like this is the area that you want to break. This hopefully was the rock bottom. So if you would want to take a bet in this area already, I think Aster is rather like a spot play that you combine with leverage as soon as it confirms the uptrend. But this is what you're looking at on Aster, right? Like this is a really worthy risk to reward. Yeah, really worthy. Like maybe a full target even at $3. But if you can get, and I will type this in the chat, if you can get Aster around or below $1 with a full target at something like $2 or $3, this is a great play. For now, I think spot is better than leverage, as we need a confirmed break. of the accumulation zone that we are in. It could be that Aster breaks below again. And the point I'd really go in with leverage to the upside would be above $1.20. It is recorded, AQ is recorded. Um, Umbas, do you think we're going back to all-time highs again? No, like not right now. No all-time highs right now. I don't mean it negative, but just not right now. Clear now. Guys, look at Solana. Like, sorry, but no. It is a super interesting point to buy spot again. Yeah. I know you probably asked for Bitcoin. Um, but it all goes hand in hand, right? Like here you can maybe buy spot, and here you can maybe buy some spot on Solana. The current one breaks, we probably head to 120, 200. Okay, I understand you ask a little bit of a different question. No, I mean the cycle is over, or it will be like after Trump, we stay in this area for some time, like we may range here for a few months before rallying back. Yes, like this is definitely what I do think, that market will simply take some time, then we have a chance to rally back. 125k for this current rally, or the recent one, 126k. It was the top. That was the top. Like this is confirmed. Like we are already at 95k. The current question is rather if we see 80, 90k or 60k. And yeah, this is literally the answer. Um, hopefully, local bottom is around here, 92, $92,000, give or take a few grand. Otherwise, 60, 70k and more months of bear market. But the thing is that with this answer, I hope it also makes clear that kind of like, yes, it's getting a bit worse, but it's not like it's going to get 10 times worse, okay? Like we're looking at something that Ethereum is around $3,000 now. We're talking about maybe it's $2,000, 2.5 grand is what I believe that can happen. But we're not talking about a $500 ETH in your assets going down 90%. Like from here, I see maybe a 20, 30% more and we chop. And, like while right now going sideways, there might be a few weeks where price is lower. Okay. Right now, Solana is $140. what is just in the cards and what is kind of to be expected. Just think about it. If Bitcoin sneezes 5 or 10%, obviously Solana is going to trade at 110 or $120. And that is also okay because this is a level where we can reaccumulate. So yes, my clear answer is yes. I do believe that we are going to range a little bit, but this ranging is also good for the upside. And then last but not least, I will look is I hope Meteora is in trading view. Meteora US dollar. Oh, that's interesting. Definitely around the bottom. Hey, it's good. Wow, it's so cringe if I say it again, but we have a few rounded bottoms here now. So what would be cool? Yeah, please don't make too much fun of this. I know it's often like bullshit. So please don't think like this is what I like, but it's funny, right? Like if you have those rounded bottoms, all I want to point out is if you have those rounded bottoms and then you have this higher low, then this could often lead like to a nice expansion. Obviously not a chart that I would post like this. Um, but yeah, we definitely have the absolute point of control here in this area. This is like the higher low that we've really had after the reaccumulation. Okay, nice. It was the bottom, and this is where we are in the scissors right now. Okay, let me check. I can recommend you guys to look into Fibonacci levels. I think it's very nice and harmonic. And yes, like this is the golden pocket. I can drop you my levels if you want. Um, but if something like this, okay, says 40 cents, and then we bottom at 39 cents, then this is not an invalidation, then this is just the nature of markets. And like, but this is really accurate. This is nice, right? So this must have been the bottom. This is our line in the sun. If we go below this, um, yeah, then you have a huge, huge, huge problem. So technically, as long as we don't go below this here, we have a chance on filling the upside, especially with the mid derby event. But this is where I would really get out. I know this is like just what the real market was like in the pre-market. I think we hedged at 90, 92 cents, 96 cents, something like this, which was pretty good. But I would not look so much at pre-market prices, but really like what are the market prices. So as long as we do not go below this level, um, this can be our expansion target. What obviously you will want to look at before that. So that was a high, lower high. Interesting. You want to break above here, definitely. Okay. It's a cool chart. The cool is that in that sense, because I see a lot of you guys in here posted some very smart and interesting VLMM plays. So I do believe if this is your range, then you're definitely printing a lot of fees. And the cool thing is that you can hedge it a little bit in between. but technically you definitely want it to break above here. Let's say, let's just say we get rejected again, okay? And that's like super annoying, whatever. And then you have something like this. Because Metabi is also in a month, right? Hamada, you just asked, like maybe we have in 1 week, in 2 weeks, Bitcoin dumps another 5 to 10%, then we finally go up. So right, like that can really just be that we go somewhere here or whatever. But as soon as we can make like a break above here, then you simply have really nice multipliers, potentially to the upside. So yeah, that can work like with the target of the Met event and then vote posting a little bit. Um, yeah, cool. I will post it as well in the perps part as requested. Met, Met must break above the current level. The Met event is in a month. And with Bitcoin breaking the downtrend at least to a reaccumulation, possibly, we can see a continuation to the upside, as Met is also showing relative strength against the market as a whole. And obviously, you do not have to. I will just stop the screen sharing. And obviously, this is a play like you guys know that way better than me, as you guys are way deeper into DLMing and LP. And this is something where I would love to pick your guys' brain in the future. Um, but this is something that you can play so beautifully just with spot and with the LPs, right? Like you see that Meteora chart, and you see for you maybe the line in the sand is something like in the high 30 cent area. And currently we are at 45 cent. So therefore you can put up your range with a buying side of that level, and then the USDC side, the selling side, or the LP would be 48 cents to 60 cents, and this is where you ping pong. I think that could make sense. Uh, Buying below the current level and selling above maybe 50 or 50 to 60 cents. Yeah, that would be my thought. Um, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the requests. Besides the requests, I will look into adding just one topic, and I think like maybe one stream or one recorded stream per week would be cool. So, uh, yeah, we just have something to hang around. I would think it would be cool if you guys can also uh, say something in the next times or type something in the chat if you have a question. If not, that's super fine. And I will be looking to prepare the charts a little bit more. So I would probably set myself a timer of like just 3 4 minutes or so per chart that I'm going through everything a little bit faster. I did uh, some streams and recordings like that, but that was a year ago. So I will need a few times to like just find my perfect pace, but it's a lot of fun with you guys. Thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of the weekend.
Thank you very much. So I really appreciate your time, and yeah, it's great to do the recordings. We had after yesterday, we had a bunch of people that watched the recording as well that couldn't make it, and I think everyone very much appreciates your insights there.
Yeah, also thank you so much for doing this here with me, and also for recording and uploading the stuff, because this was always really what was the reason why I didn't want to continue this, with like preparing it and doing all that stuff. And like this, it's really a lot of fun. And the recordings, as you just said, this is a real blessing, especially for the people that, hey, I'm in a different time zone. I'm bouldering with a friend. I don't know, my girlfriend wants to spend time with me. Obviously, I cannot jump into that live stream. Don't have to stress yourself. You can just look at this. So it's really cool. Thank you so much, guys.